Hello. I'm sorry that I haven't made a video in a while. It's because I had to make something for Revamp Week by BioRock Dude. However, the second I got my mock, or revamp of my mock completed, Revamp Week was over. Which really sucked. However, I got another when a door closes, another one opens. So the nufringer, I hope I pronounced your name right, basically has, well, a Q&A, and my mock would probably want to ask you a question. So, I thought that it would be perfect. Now, without further ado, here's the man of the hour, Titan Steam. Now, Titan Steam is basically a giant overhaul, or a revamp, if you will, of my original character, Steam. He's a lot bigger, a lot more darker, has two giant weapons on his back, like miniguns or Gatling guns. On his legs, they have like a knife, so you can knee a guy in the face and make him bleed. Long arms, some shoulder pauldrons here and here. Let me get that. Yeah, like there. His chest plate. I can show you the back right now. Here's his back. The back basically has a giant cloth cape, which I got from Furno XL from the Brain Attack. And some of the pieces I got from Von Nebula. I just disassembled them and reassembled them into this creature. Now, underneath his cape is basically two shields to prevent backstabbing, and the central gear in the back, right here. Now I can show you what he looks like with his cape off. Here he is without his cape. There's basically, I tricked you because he has 4 arms this time. They can basically be hidden like in the disguise as his chest, right here. Then they can just deploy when these arms get cut off. Like if you watch Star Wars Episode 3, like a General Grievous figure, and you may notice that his crown or his face plating has a piece on it, but don't worry, his eye's still there. And he's more like a skeleton in a way. And he's quite massive, yes. But these things at the end are basically where you can deploy a red energy beam, or a red energy sword. I can show you that in a minute. Now the red energy is basically he uses to cut through enemies when he runs out of weapons. And he can still shoot a laser out of his eye but he prefers to use that as a last line of defense. And his cloth cape's over there. It's perfectly detachable by a couple of pieces I remove, but they won't be missed. Now, because he is so large, he prefers to be left alone and prefers to accompany really nobody, really. Now, on to the main event, his weapons. Now, the weapons are pretty varied. Well, it's quite impressive, really. But let's get started. First is his most dangerous weapon, an antimatter bomb. It's a concentrated force of antimatter, which he throws at his enemy, and the antimatter literally coats it in antimatter and just eats away at the enemy, leaving nothing behind. But that's basically it. It's like a throwing grenade, an energy bow, but if he runs out of arrows, he can just stab you with it like a dual spear. A broadsword, which he prefers to use sometimes, like in close range combat. A claw, we can use to snap open hard shells, or snap your neck off if he chooses. A vortex, which basically uses to blow enemies away or pull them in so they can be easy kills, or they can just blow them up in the air, jump up in the air, and grind them. A massive blade, which he uses for close quarter combat or for blocking. A small targe, which I got from the Hero Factory. Yes, he killed Furno and ripped it off his hand. not too bad, but still. An electric harvester, which fires a beam of raw energy at the enemy, electrifying them in the process. Electricity bounds and water toa are completely immune to it, making it a real threat. His original weapon, a steam hammer, which I molded to his hand, more of a bludgeon weapon, still has that design to it. A pile driver, which uses to shake the earth and knock you unconscious, or trying to knock you off your feet. And you may remember this, the buzzsaw targe, which is now a buzzsaw shield. It still spins. It has a larger area here, so it can spin a lot better. A giant plasma cannon, which has 2 repeating guns here, a giant plasma cannon in the center, 2 gold swords, and a lot of gold, and an ammo belt, and a little hand he can grab on and fire. A hand, speaking of grabbing, he prefers this to interact with, like literally interact, so he can just basically touch, poke, hold, so forth. And now, if you're a General Grievous fan, you'll probably guess what you can do with these. Yes, 4 golden katanas that he uses, which are probably his main weapon. And that's basically it. All of these are for my character. And my character is kind of like a bounty hunter. He serves, well, good if it pays, but he rarely serves the Makuta himself. In fact, he hardly ever does. Now, that's basically it. Now, the nufringer, you're probably watching this because I mentioned my monk Steam in the comment. I'm good and I'm proud that you managed to come here and see. Thank you. And that's basically it. Rate, like, comment below this video, and that's basically it.